The initial version of the lion designed by the gods actually had wheels. This was because God demanded the creation of a huge and impressive creature, and one whose gender could be determined just by looking at its appearance. However, the lion was so large that it had great difficulty moving. So, the designers changed the lion's hind legs into wheels to help it move. Although the lion could run quickly on various steep terrains, it had an unexpected drawback. When running, the wheels not only left marks but also made a very loud noise, exposing itself before getting close to the prey. Even when surrounding prey in a group, some lions would accidentally get stuck in swamps. Eventually, they had to abandon this design concept. God asked them to make the lion look beautiful, so the designers reduced the lion's size. Then, they specially designed a thick mane for the male lions, which is a unique symbol of male lions and can also protect their necks. The original prototype of the deer had antlers as thick as trees on its head for the purpose of camouflage. But the drawback was also very obvious. It took continuous growth over many years for each deer's antlers to become lush. Although the aim was to attract the attention of females, once the antlers were broken, they would become very thin and completely lose their appeal. If they needed to grow back the original antlers, it would take a long time, during which they would remain unpopular with females. So, the designers abandoned this design concept and directly changed it to having the antlers replaced once a year, that is, during the annual breeding season. In this way, single male deer had a new chance to find a mate every year. This cute animal that looks like a deer is actually not a deer. It can use its eyes to emit rays and use the rays to scan design drafts. It can also quickly print documents with its mouth. The assistant accidentally found the sketch but didn't know what kind of animal it was. He noticed that the animal in the sketch had a pair of wings and guessed it was a kind of bird. However, the designer said that it had heavy antlers on its head but 2 small wings, so it was impossible for it to fly. For birds to fly successfully, they had to replace all their hand muscles with muscles for flapping wings. Just as the assistant was confused, the designers revealed the truth. It turned out that the cute animal in the sketch was actually the assistant. When this animal was first created, it was too large and even interfered with work. So, the designers directly made it smaller. But they didn't expect that it couldn't reach the documents on the copier or even touch the doorknob. The worst part was that it constantly urged the designers to work, which annoyed them, so they had to abandon this design. In other words, the cute animal in this sketch was actually the prototype of the current assistant.